I want to start by just saying this is my first interview for your first feature film, so I think this is a perfect pairing.
All right.
Because I love the Backrooms so much. I'm such a big fan of what you've already created, and now this is just a perfect cherry on top of everything that you've made.
That's
and it gave me a lot of nightmares, so I wanted to thank you in person for all the nightmares I've had. The best question to ask you, the master of the Backrooms, I would call you, what is your one piece of advice if I were to just no clip, fall in tomorrow? What would you tell me to do?
I think the only thing you can do is try to make peace with it, probably.
Really? Just
well,
stuck there
I think you could come up with all sorts of narrative contrivances and pieces of hope you could cling on to, but I think the only mature piece of advice is probably to try to make peace with it, and then maybe if you haven't starved to death yet, then come up with
that is the best answer.
A sort of way forward.
I was just thinking I'd just bang my head against the wall and just
that might work though. Maybe that's a way of making peace with it.
That's what I was thinking I would do. Thank you
work.
for the advice. A24 and the Backrooms seems to be this perfect pairing to me, and I think that the Backrooms is like an amazing addition to their catalogue. And is there any films that you particularly love from their catalogue already?
If I have to like point in a random direction, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff.
It's a hot
but because I didn't get talked about enough, I like First Reformed. First Reformed is great. Go watch First Reformed.
Okay. I can't wait to get my hands on the film at home so I can go through it, pause it, really analyse it like the YouTube series, because that's what I loved doing when it came out, was really taking my time with it. And I wondered if you built the film the same way you built the YouTube series for people to go back and do that. Moments.
Tried to build this film in the same way I built the YouTube series. I wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, you can take the final output of the YouTube series and you know what will continue to come of that and any future materials that come of Backrooms and play it alongside in one watch with the film, and it feels like it has the same. It does, obviously it's a slightly different medium in places. Not that the YouTube series doesn't creep into live action non-found footage sometimes, but I wanted to make sure it felt like the same world and the same editorial engine behind it and the same kind of language. So I would say it's just as dense. I would say it's, you know, the world was developed to a fairly meticulous degree. So, you know, it's there.
It feels like a really gradual extension of what you've already built. For someone who loved the original stuff, it just feels like a very easy transitional into the film, which I love. I'm assuming not from the question I just asked you and what you said, but I thought maybe this could be a closing chapter of the Backrooms in your life. But I'm assuming not. I'm assuming there might be more if you want to keep exploring it. I'm assuming there's forever to explore. It goes on forever.
There can be. I think you can run the risk with certain projects. You can take almost any project and go forever with it. I think you can easily hit a wall fairly quickly when you do that. I don't feel this is one of those projects. I think I was very clear about the story that I wanted to tell when I set out to do this in 2022. For all the things I have clarified and sort of sorted through over the years, the main through line has remained exactly the same.
Yeah. And
I still am just as confident in it. And I think it needs a fair bit more time to complete itself. And, you know, there's, I'm certainly not concise sometimes. I like being long-winded, and I like that with the work. And I think if people are there for that, they're there for that. And so I think that, you know, I've consistently said the way I need to tie this up will be a series at some point in the future. And that's, you know, not a short road to get into television.
Good.
So
that's the answer I wanted. That makes me really happy.
I am not even personally ready to be done with it. So
good. That's what we want to hear. This color palette is so eerily familiar and off and weird, and I love it. It's almost like sick yellow.
Yeah, it's like sulfury.
Yeah. I wanted to know if you had much input in picking this, because it's so similar to the...
Yeah. I mean, everything in the art direction was like, we would just, the art director and I, Danny, we would just, you know, anytime there was a new wallpaper vinyl print sent to us to just review, like, we would have like 30 iterations, almost indiscernible to the human eye, and we're just like, tons of creative oversight on every element.
It's like a perfect copy of what you created initially. Like, it's amazing how it's gone to film and it looks exactly the same.
I know.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm proudest of. It feels, again, consistent with the series.
It does.
Feels rare for that.
Yeah, it does. I genuinely had so much fun with it yesterday. I loved it.
Thank you.
And the whole row, like, was jumping and scared. The guy next to me was going crazy. He loved it. It was so good. Initially, you were kind of working independently, making these characters and putting them on the screen. And then you got real physical actors in the world that you've built, looking at them in this real place, like materialized in front of you. What was that like to actually see actors moving around and saying lines and being in the space that you built?
I'm gonna lack the profound vocab that I would like for that, but I mean, it was incredibly. It was moving. It was fun. It was, immensely. I think I enjoy the work I do. I like it from a technical perspective, and I am generally a technical person with the way I speak and the way I interact with this. But I think at the bottom of that, I do just genuinely like putting so much work into the technical aspect that the essentials of sort of being able to buy into the world are there, and the set is there, and the actors and I sort of all understand what we're doing. So you can sort of play within that a little bit, and you can let the natural aspects of life kind of come back, and it doesn't have to be like you can barely move. If you move your arm too much this way, suddenly you're breaking the confines of the film. It's like a very organic experience.
Free.
And so I think as soon as we get in that, we're in that headspace for a big period of time, and we're able to sort of engage with the world, the fictional world, in a very nonfiction way at the same time. So I don't know. It felt like a immersive creative experience through and through.
And you liked it. It was
very much so.
Good. Glad to hear that. Well, I loved the film so much, and thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.